Hello, hello, folks. So, today didn't go as planned. I think a good realtor gets involved in stuff. I have this closing for tomorrow, and I'm not going to give you the address or any of that stuff because it doesn't matter. I'm going to be talking a little bit about this particular closing. So one of the challenges that I always have when I sell a house is if I'm making somebody homeless. It's one of the toughest things that I think a realtor ever runs into. And so I've worked really hard not to have a homeless situation here. And there is a celebration to this. I'll explain it all to you in a second on why I'm dressed up, but dressed down. You just never know in this business. And our calling is to help. At least I believe our calling is supposed to be to help, because real estate's not about us, it's about everybody else. So in this particular case, I sold the house. I gave the deposit for the person that was living in the house to be able to move to an apartment. They found an apartment. I gave the deposit. I get that deposit money back tomorrow when the house closes. So I got the phone call, and this house sold for $225,000. It's a good solid house, by the way. It's a $225,000 house in the city of Windsor. It's not that much. So it's not that much house. And the neighbors are good. It's a great road. So not my client, but the daughter of my client called me and said, hey, you've got a truck. I do need a little bit more help. It's amazing how much stuff there actually is when you go to move. And could you help? So I said, sure. And she said, it's just a couple boxes. I'm like, oh, okay. And I had a estate that I was supposed to be cleaning out today that I didn't need to do, so that canceled. So I'm like, oh, okay, I had this estate cancellation to be able to do anyway, so yeah, I can come over and I'll help you. And it was only supposed to be an hour or two, and I was supposed to take care of all of my other responsibilities today, because I had lots of things on my docket for today, as I always do. More people than ever are saying, Brian, can you help? So there's more things on my schedule. And everything needs to be done. So it all has to get done. It has to get done. You stay working until it's done. And then you get up the next morning and the next morning stuff gets done. It just is what it is. I'm sorry if it ends up going until 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes that's just the way it happens. And you just don't know. How can you say no to helping somebody? You can't. Or at least I can't. That's why the people that love me too. I think. I hope. At the end of the day. So, in this particular case, she found an apartment, so we've moved her. She had some friends help her move, but she had a lot of stuff. And for her, everything is very important. So, when you get into the middle of real estate, you run into everybody's psychological problem. I have lots of psychological problems myself. And in this particular case, every small little item, no matter how small, no matter how little it is the most precious thing in the world for her. So you have to respect all of it too. But there was a lot of moving pieces today that everybody else needed to be notified of too, to be able to close tomorrow. It's like, oh my gosh, because today was the final walkthrough too. So I knew I needed to be here for that. I knew I needed to help her because she needed some boxes moved. When I got here at 11:30, 12 o'clock, whatever it was, 11:45, whatever it was, I quickly realized that there was no way I was going to be done with this at all today. I knew it was going to bleed over tomorrow. There was so much to be done. And it was just her by this point in time, because everybody else had abandoned her. They helped as much as they possibly could help. There's only so much you can possibly help. So then I'm like, okay, I got to get this closed, because for me, I get a check. And so for me, for my family, I got to get this closed. So I've been managing all of the moving pieces like a phenomenal realtor is supposed to do to make sure that everybody's good for closing tomorrow and everybody's good for closing tomorrow. It seems like everything's right on track. And I've now got her moved over to her place. It's just tough. It's the best way to be able to describe it. It's just tough. So I still have a little bit more work to do. I stopped and I bought a mask because I got to sweep the floors here at this house to get them to a broom swept condition. Tomorrow, I'm going to have Trevor and I are going to come back and we're going to clean up some of the yard. I ended up buying a Just Junk truck today so that the new owner has Just Junk to be able to come by. Met all of their requirements then so that we could stay on track for closing. I get that money back tomorrow from the lawyer anyway. So it's all good. And I know at the bottom of my heart that it is what it is. I'm so far behind with everything else today. But I know at the bottom of my heart it's all okay because she needed help. So I'm glad that I'm helping her because I know that nobody else would have helped her like this. Is that a fault of mine? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think that people would want that. I don't know that she really necessarily appreciates all of the things that I've done. But that's also part of, I won't go there. It's not fair. So I'm here. I'm going to do the rest of the sweeping. Tomorrow morning, Trevor and I are going to come by and we're going to get the washer, the dryer, and the dishwasher that are on the side of the house away. And then the house will close. The celebration part of this is that at least her college loans are paid off. So this particular person has a master's degree in a field that doesn't really recognize it. And so it is what it is. I've helped her. At the end of the day, when I go to heaven, at least I can sit down and I can have a beer and say, I know why I'm here. A lot of other people might not understand it, but at least I know why I'm here. And that's the part I think that's the most important part. And that's the only thing that I have today. Because I am exhausted. I don't want to be doing this, and I shouldn't need to be doing this. I'm going to be having to do this again tomorrow as well, too. It's going to throw off my entire day tomorrow as well. I've got other people to go help. I've got other people asking me, hey, you haven't done this for me yet. I haven't done that for me. It's like, yeah, it was supposed to be done today, but today I've been having to help her. It's 7 o'clock and I'm still helping her. It started at 11. It's supposed to be just a couple boxes. But there was nobody else. And I guess that's kind of sad too. I hope I don't ever get to that. Maybe, I think one of the risks is that if I help people, and the other people that love me don't understand that I'm helping people or don't appreciate the concept that I'm helping people, that maybe they stop loving me. That's always one of the risks too, and then I'm alone. I hope that never happens. I guess I have to find ways to be able to make sure that never happens as well too. So I'm going to get this job done. I'm going to clean up the cat poop. And get this house into a broom swept condition so it closes tomorrow so that my family gets a check as well too. And that way I can just chalk this one up and say it's done. I'm glad it was me because nobody else would have helped her like this. So if you need some help too, hopefully it's not as difficult as this one. This one was very emotionally difficult. 519-995-6145. It's Brian signing off. Gonna go back and finish this project. Have a great night. Thinking about you. Bye-bye.